Hey YouTube, this is Robinax1 here, and I'm here to do a review for Maze Runner Scorch Trials. So, this is a movie that I never saw the beginning to. I really have caught this movie in the middle of its run, basically. I don't know very much about the franchise. I've never read the books. I just know it as a movie. And that's really about it. So, going into this movie, obviously I'd seen the trailers. And from the look of the trailers, I was really interested. And coming out of this movie, I was still very interested in this franchise. So the story basically starts out with Dylan O'Brien's character having escaped the maze that he was in the first movie. And the organisation that basically kept him in the maze is revealed to be the same organisation that has brought them back to their base. It turns out that this same organisation is basically conducting illegal experiments on young teenagers, because apparently young teenagers' body is immune to a particular virus, and this virus is airborne, and I'm sure a lot of that was explained in the beginning of the movie, in the beginning of this franchise, but I missed that bit. So basically Dylan O'Brien and his gang with a few others escape this facility and go into what's called the Scorch, in the hopes that they will find a group that has been basically fighting against this organisation. Okay. First off, Dylan O'Brien can definitely pull off a leading role. I love him in Teen Wolf. He is an amazing actor. Give this guy a flippin' comic book movie, and you would have one of the best comic book movies ever. I would even go far as to say I wish we'd seen Dylan O'Brien as Spider-Man. If I had to see a replacement from Andrew Garfield, Dylan O'Brien should have been that replacement. Because this character does both the teenage aspects, the humour, and a leading role very well. I've never seen an actor be this good. And Dylan O'Brien is actually one of my favourite actors. So yeah, loved the portrayal of Dylan O'Brien. And I also just loved the story and the concept itself. Like, there were just parts in this movie that I just really enjoyed looking at. And although I didn't watch the beginning, I was still able to fully understand the story and what was going on. And they left enough information for me to kind of guess what had happened in the beginning of the movie. And I just really, really enjoyed it. That being said, there's nothing new here. From other particular genres. Like, I believe that Hunger Games has really got this area of the teen demographic movies that are all the rage now, really covered. For instance, Katniss Everdeen kind of does all that maze stuff. She kind of does all the maze stuff, and I think there is a lot more story thematics and concepts in the Hunger Games franchise than there is compared to this movie. And I don't think there is enough here in this particular movie to really make it different from anything else we've seen in the past few years. But that being said, this story is still very much worth a watch. I believe I believe this franchise is really, really good. And it's a lot more interesting than the Divergent series. This movie is definitely has something very, very interesting. And I think, again, it also gives guys someone to look up to. Because we have a lot of Katniss Everdeen, we have the actress from Divergent. That they're all female characters, but there's not a male version of that, and I think that's what really makes this great, is that Dylan O'Brien captures that male iconic role that we've seen from Katniss and the girl from Divergent and Mortal Instruments and all of that kind of stuff. But Dylan O'Brien can definitely capture that same thing. And I definitely really, really enjoyed that. And there's so many great other aspects to this story which I would love to go into more detail with. But all in all, great movie. If you've seen the first movie, let me know how it is, and I might give it a bit of a watch. Maybe do a review on it. So let me know your thoughts about the movie down below, and I shall see you all very soon for the next movie. Bye.